I want to move across into a question around fundraising. It's a huge part, whether you're, looking for backers, investors in your idea, or you're looking for, grant support to get going, or, in some organisations, they have a huge reliance on external funds coming in to support their work. And it's a huge part of running business, running organisations. And I've often seen a lot of CEOs say, I hate having to ask people for money, or asking for money to support our cause really scares me, and seeing it at board levels as well. And just wondering, how much of this, where are some of these limiting beliefs coming from, that it's going, into organisations, into, the sector, and how at an individual level could we, bust through some of that?
Yeah, this is a really big subject. And I mean, taking it to a small business, I've seen people who have, quite confidently earned really good money in a job. But then when they start their own business and they actually have to send out an invoice and ask for money for themselves, for their own stuff, things fall apart massively. Right. To actually ask to be paid is very uncomfortable for most people, big and small. And so it often is some beliefs. It often is I'm not worthy. Have I provided enough value? What will they think of me? Do I have to, give blood, sweat and tears and my kidney in order to make them happy and feel that their investment was worthwhile? So all of these stories are there for sure. And I don't know if there is a way to get past it other than to just do it. It's just like anything. You don't necessarily feel like it, or you might feel uncomfortable. But at the end of the day, if you don't send out an invoice, you're not going to get paid and you're not going to have a business. If you don't raise these funds, you're not going to be able to help your charity or help your organisation. So you have to kind of do it. If you can't do it yourself, so I've also worked with businesses who just go, I can't be a part of that whole cycle, then you can outsource that and get someone else within your organisation to ask for the money for you. But at the end of the day, that money has to come in somehow. So if you want a business, if you want an organisation, if you want a charity, you're going to have to do it.
Yeah. And it's interesting, like how much of that, I always say a fish rots from the head down. And I always think, if at a board level, like in a large, in an organisation that's big enough, or a business that's big enough that have, layer of governance, a CEO, and then, teams, if you're thinking like that at the top of the tree, running the organisation or running the business, what message are you sending out into your team? Yeah. So how important is it as a sector and as a community that we're looking to the leaders in our businesses and the leaders in our organisations to sort of challenge, what's going on in your money story?
And why I think a lot of people just think of themselves, they're just thinking of themselves. So I'm uncomfortable asking for money as if it's going to go into their private bank account and they're going to go buy a yacht with it. Yeah. You're taking that money and you're doing something good with it. You're, reaching more people, you're helping more people. So, think of it in those terms. I just had a conversation with a client who was saying to me, I feel really strange putting my services out there because I feel like I'm asking too much. And it's like, you're thinking incorrectly. You should be thinking of how many people can I help with my service? What transformations can I make for them? What am I going to be able to offer them and help them in their life? And then you will be paid, then you can charge accordingly or charge whatever you want because you're helping people and you're transforming lives. So instead of thinking of just the dollars constantly and what that means to you and what that will represent, think about the people that you're helping. Think about the people that need it and the people that, are going to benefit from that money. And just put your own money stuff to the side or deal with it because you've got things to do over here. You've got people to help over here, and that's more important.